great where you are. Well, UK's about to get a bit of a cold snap, and so of course all the panic mongers are out there dooming and glooming, whilst the rest of us are just carry on as normal. However, what I would like to say to people is, no matter where you are in the world, whether you're in the UK, whether you're in the States or wherever, guys, keep warm, look after yourselves. Right, plenty of calories, you know, lots of pasta. Get the good stuff into you. You might not eat it normally, but if you're being in a cold environment, you want to give your body fuel to keep you going. Look to your neighbours, care for them. Layers, lots of layers. That's why people are asking me for tips. Layers, lots of layers. Natural fibres if you can get it. If you've got wool, wear wool. It's absolutely superb. If you can afford and you can get yourself a set of merino base layer or thermals, yeah, that's rock and roll. You're laughing. Good old-fashioned woolly socks. One of the things that my generation especially understands and knows very well is that when I grew up, no central heating. We didn't have electric fire. We actually had a paraffin heater that used to run, and that used to go on the landing and heat the upstairs. Ice on the inside of the windows when you woke up, because like I say, no double glazing, no central heating. But that was my generation. Wool blankets on the bed. Didn't have continental quilts and that. We had layers of wool blankets. So all that sort of thing. A hot water bottle before you go to bed. Warm the bed. If you get into a warm bed, you will warm up and stay warm. If you go to bed cold, you'll stay cold. It's something I always got told as a kid. So again, you know, if you can go with man-made materials, go with man-made materials, but layers, lots of layers, so you can adjust it. Don't overheat yourself. Don't sweat. Don't get wet. If you get wet and then you get cold, you're in trouble. But so again, like me today, I've got layers on. I can drop the layers, put the layers back on, and I'm keeping my body temperature nice and even all the way through, not sweating. Anyhow, it's enough waffling about that. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a bit of basic shelter building. I'm going to do two, possibly three types of shelter that I use on a regular basis using a tarp. Jace is guys, it's awesome out here, although a little bit nippy. The fingers are feeling it a little bit, but hey, that happens. Wherever you are, I hope you're having a great time and a great day, and I hope all your family and all your friends are well. Enjoy the video. There's a little cheat for you. So when you get back to the fire, all you do later on, and temperature is due to drop. So I've gone out, I've been finding branches like this that are caught up and hanging in the trees. The usual rules apply. Start with the thin end. If it snaps, it's good. If it bends, it's not. Basically dry wood snaps, dead dry wood. Take these out of the trees and bring them back as large branches. It's a lot easier. Then by the fire, process it down. You know, where you're going to build your fire. I've seen lots of people's channels where they're bundling up and processing stuff meters away from the camp and then lugging it back over. Well, my own experience, all I end up doing is dropping stuff and losing stuff, and breaking it into the wrong size and so on. I'm going for a specific size for this fire, so I can get the heat going. So again, yeah, bring it back as branches, lay it out. I'm going to stick the camera up and just let you watch me build a fire. It's as simple as that. I mean, I'm not going to insult anybody's intelligence. I think you all know how to make a fire anyhow. So anyhow, this is just my method. This is how I do it. Have a great day. The silver birch, so it's going to catch a spark here in my dust, and it's going to ignite, and then what will happen, because it's silver birch, it will attempt to roll up on itself, so you don't have to worry about building massive fires. I'm just going to scrape up a bit more dust. There we go. Ferro rod. Scrape some ferrocerium in. There we go. And we've got fire, which I'm quite happy with. Nice and small pieces. Oh no, there you go. That's how it can go wrong. Dropped it on way too heavy, way too soon. So just breathe deep, go back to scratch, relight. I panic. Tinder, plenty of oxygen. Stop placing kindling on that. Black smoke, you see, that's the oils in the birch igniting. The grey smoke and the white smoke is steam. Put the kit away. That's our fire lit. Let a little bit of heat build under that. Smoke will die down, and we'll be away with that. And then we'll build it up with a few logs and cherish it. That's it. How far will do its thing. We're happy with that. Yeah guys, and as you can see, 5 minutes later the fire's going pretty well. We've got some good dry heart in there, and the oak that I've got is a little bit damp, so what I've done is I've built a wall of oak around the fire, so that the heat from this fire is going to start drying that wood out and start getting it going. And then all you've got to do is fold the damp oak in as it dries out and as the fire dies down, and it will keep the heat going for you, and it will keep the fire going for you. Anyhow, it's a strange view of Mick. It looks like I'm burning my ear off. Mick out. So guys, quick shelter. Literally took 2 minutes to put up, and you can see hundreds of these on YouTube, so I'm not going to do an intensive video of yet another person putting up a tarp shelter. But I will show you this because it's one of my favourites, and it's quite a simple one. So,
sorry Mitch, I'm just going to butt in here. It's your coffee, your campfire coffee, mate.
Campfire coffee. Cheers Jace, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. So, what we've done, we've come 1, 2, 3 up on one side, and on the side, not the end. Okay? We've tied it off. Now I'm 5'9", so I've tied it off. It's got to be about 6.5, 7 feet up, basically my arm's reach. Okay, so that's tied off at my arm's reach. It comes back on a simple hitch to that guide point there. I then follow a line straight down, and I peg out the bottom corner. Then I walk round the back edge and I peg out each spacing all the way back round. Okay, that gives me a ridge line, a door here, a ground sheet inside, and a front wall. Okay, so this is a fully enclosed shelter, good for the winter. What I can then do is I can tie that or clip that back here and down there, or I can pull this back, have this as an opening, and have that as a shelter. It is a simple shelter. What it will do is it will keep the wind and rain off in almost any direction, and it gives you a reasonable ground sheet on the inside. So again, the back wall comes down, wraps around under you. Okay, it stops the wind. There's no gaps to the ground. There's nowhere for anything to come in. You're not trying to seal it down with logs and losing space. And I say you could get 2 people in here in a cold situation fairly snugly. You've got room at the bottom for all your kit. You can throw that down there, not an issue. So again, quite a nice little shelter, one of my favourites, an easy one to go to. You are left with a little bit of excess material which you can tidy up. I can push that out by putting my pack in there, so it gives me a bit more stability that way. So once again, simple hitch, my arms reach there down to here, and that is the 3rd loop on the tarp. Follow it out, pull it out, straight line, so that it's, come here. Then you come in from this corner, so 1, 2, 3, I'm at the corner, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my first, or my end point. 1, 2, 3. That's my back. And then just peg out in line with your guy. This pulls the back of the shelter out. This here folds under. This last piece forms your end. That gives you a flap here, which you can drop down for the weather, or you can just have it as an open shelter. There you go. Nice simple shelter, and it's a good one to go to in the winter, because of the shape of it. It's going to shed snow, it's going to shed water readily, it's going to defend you from the wind in almost any direction. Yeah, great little shelter, and I do like the DD tarp. It's a nice little tarp, or nice big tarp, this one. And again, there's a lot of 3x3s on there. The 4.5 by 3, people say to me, oh, but it's a rectangle. Well, if you fold that 1.5 meters in from the end, it becomes a square, and it always gives you a ground sheet. So at the end of the day, if you can afford it, buy one with a built-in ground sheet rather than just a 3x3. Okie doke. Right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to do a simple basher shelter. Right guys, basic basher shelter build, okay? And this is just a basic basher build. Make sure that the ground underneath you is obviously cleared of debris and that. I use this site quite regularly, so I'm not too worried about it. In my bag, I keep some bright pink paracord. Bright pink because it's easily seen, so I don't trip over it. On one end, I have a cheap carabiner, and then I have 2 prusik loops. It makes a nice, simple, easy build. So, come round with the carabiner. Get my prusik loops where I want them. Come back around. Come back around. Come back round. I hope you all managed to see that okay. And then there we go. So I've got my line here. Take 2 sticks. Don't need to be brilliant, just 2 small sticks. Thread prusik loop through the eyelet. Dutch Army poncho. Which again, you could build the same shelter using the Dutch Army poncho. Yeah, quick and easy shelter. So, improvements that you can make on it, you can come forward and fold it over the front so that you end up with a drop on the front. That will give you a bit more shelter from the elements. You can peg the sides down to give it a bit more shelter from the elements. You can modify it as pretty much as you want, but that will keep the rain off me on full length in here. You could get 2 or 3 guys under here if you needed to, and you'd be sheltered from any rain. Yeah, we'll do a very quick modification to the shelter and just show you how that could be improved upon. And as you say, see, takedown, it's as quick as that. Well, there you go. Do excuse the Chinook, we're not far from an RAF base. So, take a corner, come back, one eyelet. Thread through the eyelet. You don't have to go through the eyelets, you can go through the loops. And repeat, repeat and tension. Now, take this pin, find the opposing corner, tension and peg out. And you've pegged out the corners. Now what you have a plough point shelter without the point rigged off your guy line there. You can then, if you need to, take this and guy this out either down at 45 degrees to the front to give you a bit more shelter, or up into a tree to lengthen the shelter. The bonus of this shelter is it will give you sides to the shelter as well as the roof. This will keep more of the weather out, so you see a real basic shelter. And this one, and again, space wise, I'm 5'9", I've got 2 foot of overhang. If I bring that down, it gives me even more protection and gives me a bit of shelter. And I've got 1.5 foot behind the foot. And again, if you tie off the centre, the outside at the back, so guys, that's 2 shelters I've built. That's the 2 shelters I've built today. So here we have classic plough point shelter with sides and ground sheet, with the door. They can be clipped together and make you pretty much weatherproof. Depending on how you rig your angles, improves it when it's dealing with the wet and the cold. And again, the army basher, which, as we can see, by tying off the back, gives even more room inside, a bit more headroom. So to tie that off the back, one literally peg in each corner. The 4th corner comes up over the line, and that's just held to the line by a couple of prusik knots, and the front is pegged out, and that gives you a nice all-weather shelter that you can drop back into. You could get 2 or 3 guys in there at push and share the body heat, and yes, it makes a nice shelter. It does, really works well that way. You don't need the guy line. I could have taken the point off of a tree, made a classic plough point, but again, it's adaptation, it's adaptation, it's adaptation. That's one of my favourite shelters. I do like it because it gives me the 2 sides as well as the front, and I find if I put the back into the weather, it will keep out almost any conditions anyway. Anyhow, I believe I've been called for dinner, so yeah, up here fire going, sauces reduced. Is that dinner cool? Right, oh, go get some dinner. Right, this is the bonus of having chefs on site, is I get to go and have some dinner. I have to be good because they might be filming. Right.
So we've got Hampshire outdoor survival. Mitch has I've cooked his favourite arancini today, so he's going to come and try some.
Oh, look at these babies. Oh, look at these babies. Arancini. So I'm here, and these guys, this is Ollie. Hi Ollie. And Jace, which you've all met before. So they've done me dinner today. So they're starting their channel today. So guys, I want you to go on, have a look. Hampshire Outdoors and Cooking?
Kitchen.
Hampshire Outdoors Kitchen, sorry. Hampshire Outdoors Kitchen. Go and have a look on YouTube for them. Yeah, they've made a right royal feast for me today. Arancini balls. Arancini balls in the woods. How good's this? I mean, look at that. I mean, I'm in heaven. Oh. Oh. Hope the sunlight is shining down on me. There should be a beam of sunlight coming through that woods now, hitting my face. I'm in heaven. Oh, this is wonderful. Right, I'm going to stop videoing me and let these guys get on with doing their video, and I'll catch you in a bit. Guys, this has been Mick, Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. Yeah, it's been an absolutely beautiful day. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Yeah, look after those friends of yours. Just keep an eye on people, neighbours, friends and so on. Make sure they're warm, make sure they're okay. Mental health and all that, and cold weather's coming. Look out for one another, be nice. Other than that, arashini balls, to die for. I enjoyed those. Yeah, been fantastic. What a day. So please look to Jason's channel. He's Hampshire Outdoors Kitchen. He's going to do lots more, and obviously, you know, you can get hold of him and say, Jace, how would I do this, how would I do that, and he will run through those sort of things for you. Any tips, any ideas that you need or you want, he'll look at them for you. Thank you so much to all the subscribers. You know, we're doing so well, and it's really given me the encouragement to go on. These things aren't, when I first started this, I thought it was going to be dead easy. It's actually the amount of time that goes into it, the amount of thought that goes into it. It's quite surprising. It can be quite an effort sometimes to actually get motivated enough to get on with it. So anyhow, it's enough of me waffling. This has been Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. This is Mick. I hope you're good wherever you are, and I hope you're having as great a time as I am. Please like, please subscribe, please share, and make those comments. I do enjoy reading them. It gives us something to look forward to, and I appreciate it a lot. To all those other YouTube guys out there that have contacted me and that, guys, good luck, keep going. I hope you're enjoying it and having as great a time as I am. So yeah, thank you very much. This has been Mick at Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. Oh, Jason's just brought me a sandwich.
Parma ham.
Parma ham sandwich, roasted Parma ham. Oh, I'm living like a king today. Guys, please like, subscribe. Peace and love. Mick out. Oh. Oh, the BLT of kings.